S-T-R-O. Yeah.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries, competition.
Well, Coach, as far as home field advantages go in the playoffs, there are few places tougher on a visiting team than this one. Sold out Empower Field at Mile High in Denver. Coming up, it's divisional round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Cleveland Browns and the Denver Broncos. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Here we go. With the flag. 58, come on. Hey, pick it up, defense. Here we go.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Check 43. Check. Mike 10, logo. Stop your whining.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board.
Come on now, let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready? Mike 51. Man, I got you.
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice gain.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Ronald Jones, 62 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
You can't block me. Under crunch. Check. Check hot route. Hot. Check 90.
They run with Hunt. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Able to find Isabella. 3rd down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Max Crosby. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here. Now a first down carry by Jones. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. 2nd and 2. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Deebo Samuel there to make the grab. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Broncos nothing.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. On the delay, here's Hunt. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they can really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 39-yard line.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Open man is Samuel, complete. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. A good pickup there at 22.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Now Jones. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Ronald Jones with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Crosby with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. He was trying to go back to Moore there, and that'll bring up second down. All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run. This is Hunt. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He finds Beckham complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Max Crosby able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Watch the safety creep. Hey, watch it. Orbit.
Now back to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Denver. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Browns' drive about to get started. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Check 56. Watch the out. Mike 56. Mike 56. Echo. Mike 50.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Second and 14. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. They'll look to throw here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Hey, watch the slant. 56, the mark, boy. 56. Check, 56.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground again here. Oh, he's got some breathing room. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And now he'll tuck it and run.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Hey, man. Well, hey. Check three. Hatchet. Kill.
2nd and 11. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Christian Kirksey. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
They'll set up a throw. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. A big play that time for Cleveland, and even 40 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Jones. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. How about that? Their quarterback. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0.
Broncos nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 21-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Delta. 58.
He'll drop to throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup.
2nd and 3. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. In the wild card game last week, he had 4 catches, and now he has his 4th catch here. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. They're going to look to throw. Throw right side, taken in by Pettis. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant to the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
We got this. 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll drop to throw. This one caught by Isabella. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
Gain on the play. And the Broncos, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Strong right.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that's caught Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one goes for 30 yards. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
On second down now, it's Hunt. They got to get it to the 21 here on third down. They'll look to throw here. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. And this one's going toward the sideline. They'll try to play keep away from Beckham. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They run again with Hunt. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Check. Eyes on 13. Eyes on 13. Off. 10's the mic. 10's the mic. Coming to you. Mike 10. Mike 10. Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
Looking to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. Now, the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Jones. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. 2 yards, good enough for a first. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now Jones. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Here's a 2nd and 7. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
The Broncos take over. Let's go, let's go! At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. Andy Isabella was the intended target. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been...
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, well, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they? And I don't know if it was the week off that hurt this defense, but they've been flat from the get-go, and that's always a coach's fear. Okay, you earn the open week, but you wonder how they'll respond with that extra time off.
And it seems like they've been running uphill all game. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
that's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Max Crosby able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Mike 10. They're going to need some therapy after this. Hey, we got Mike 10 right here, guys. Mike 10. Kermit. 10's the Mike.
He'll look to throw. That ball complete to Isabella. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a fourth pick of the game. And now fourth down. Here's Tressway now. He'll boot it away from about his... And look at this. It's a fake. And he's going to let it go deep. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, enjoy.